have right now, but we are a part of a long and rich history of dissent and persistence. Yes, absolutely. And when I say we, I mean every single one of you in this Capitol today. But what would we be saying to our transcestors and ancestors if we gave up? What are we saying to Marsha P. Johnson? What are we saying to Leslie Feinberg? What are we saying to Sharon Malero? All of these people were steadfast and disciplined, and part of the discipline of hope is the knowledge that we have been here before. Decades ago, Des Moines was the site of a brutal killing of a gay teacher. It was not legal to be out as LGBTQ, and people had to hide who they were. But a generation of activists decided to stay here even when it was terrifying to do so. Those people raised me, and many of the other folks in this room. They founded scholarships and organizations, including One Iowa. They are drag performers and lawyers. They stayed, and because of that, I got to come out in high school, not in my 50s. Where my sexual orientation and gender identity were protected, where the right to marry was fresh but well fought. I got to take pride in the history of my state because of the people that stayed here, because of the people that understood that hope is a discipline. Now, this is also practice. It's consistent and dependable. But that's really hard these days, right? It's really, really hard when we are spending hours at the Capitol and in the streets and in our emails fighting. Every week, something scary happens. It's happening right now. But in order to resist, we have to be disciplined. The Montgomery bus boycott wasn't a day, and it wasn't a week, it was over a year. The work of ACT UP, absolutely. The work of ACT UP has extended through decades. These movements required daily practice of doing what was right over doing what was easy, of mutual aid, of protest and advocacy, and bearing witness to our siblings as they lay dying in a country that ignored them, year after year. It was a daily practice of doing the right thing, even if you didn't know victory was around the corner. It was a daily practice of hope. When we stay disciplined in hope, we don't give up when we lose. We don't give up when we don't see change right away. If you wanted me to tell you today that things are going to get better soon, you are in the wrong place. I don't know when things are going to get better, but I do know that we all have a chance to be a part of this fight. Now, needless to say, my job is pretty hard right now. But when I see the barrage of hostility, when I see what we see today, up close and personal, I also see the folks that want to be a part of a better future. I know that things will get better because for every bad and disgraceful bill and executive order, I see communities step up in solidarity and say no.